side. Yes, and this is your first time watching this channel. We ask that you share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come into contact with. That's right, I am still your late night host on this Saturday evening. How are you all doing? Me, I am absolutely fabulous, and it is my hopes that you are doing fabulous as well. If you're not doing fabulous, you're not feeling great, you don't have a smile on your face, I highly recommend that you try it. You have to remember that it takes just as much energy, if not more, to have a frown on your face and be disgruntled versus does having a smile, having a higher vibration, having a higher frequency, being the best version of yourself requires less. Yeah, it's a great day today. That's right. It's MO going down today, Chicago style. Yeah, it's a little bit chilly out here. But we're from the big windy city. We're used to this weather. They say that Chicagoans are expected like 6 inches of snow. We love the snow right now. It's January, the coldest month of the year for the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago. That's right, it is the coldest month, which is something that if you are a Chicagoan, you already know the weather. Stay warm. But I know things are getting a little bit rough for a lot of people in the city. But before we get off into what's going on in the city, all of you all that's out there, that's on the East Coast, like South Carolina, North Carolina, especially Charlotte. Now, I don't know about you. You know, I travel a lot. And I know what shuts down the state of North Carolina in regards to weather. And snow is one of them. Okay. Now, they are expected like 10 inches of snow or more. That's like almost a record for them. It hasn't been that bad in North Carolina since like 2004. Some even say 2014 because they had 2 winters where many residents can recounter that was really bad for North Carolina. Hell, I remember when I stayed in North Carolina at Fort Bragg. Yeah, you know, right outside of Fayetteville, I-95. Hell, I remember when I stayed there back then, you can have 2 inches of snow on the ground and the town was shut down. So I can imagine what people are going through out there in North Carolina and South Carolina who are not particularly familiar with this type of weather. Like I said, AKA the bomb cyclone. Okay. Yeah, who we got out there in the chat? Bone Crusher, the GOAT. What's going on? Pat Steiner. This is Travis. I think you're a wonderful talk. I think you're cool. This is me. How you doing today? You're a cool dude. I think you're cool with it when it's God's word. Praise God. Hallelujah. Hey, you know what? Pat Steiner, I tip my hat to you. I truly thank you, and we appreciate you very much. That is one of the most positive comments that I've ever got on a live. One of them. I've had a few, but that was most definitely one of them, and we appreciate you, Pat Steiner, and it is our hopes that you become a subscriber to this channel, and you can use the information in your conversation or apply it to your life. We appreciate you, and we thank you. But this bad weather that we got going on here in America, people, have power outages, but specifically Texas. I want to talk about Texas real quick because you had 3 young boys, ages 6, 8, and 9, who fell through ice and ended up in water and drowned in Texas. And they were right across the street from their house. I've been meaning to bring you all that story, but I kept forgetting. But I want to send my condolences out to that family. I don't care if they was black, white, and from the looks of it, they seem to be some Caucasian people here in America. But whomever they are, I send you my condolences because that is hard to lose 3 children at one time. 6, 8, and 9. Now, nothing can replace a life. We understand that. But financially, I think that maybe it'll help you out a little bit. You lost your children, but you have some more finances to enjoy life if you can after losing 3 children. That's sort of sad. But over 73 people have died thus far in this cyclone of weather that we've been having that has left hundreds and thousands of people powerless. And some people are still powerless today. They're sleeping in their cars. And if you're sleeping in your car, don't sleep in your car while your garage door is down and you got your car running. It's called carbon monoxide, dioxide. It can kill you. You don't want to do that. If you got to have your car running, make sure that there's plenty room. Make sure you outside. The car is outside. It's not enclosed like in a garage. Some people don't know that. And if you're homeless and you're living out there in your car, make sure that you be careful out there. Make sure that you be careful out there. And if you can, maybe you want to park at a rest stop where sometimes you may have a state trooper that sits there for a minute or two. It's crazy out here in America. So be careful. Just like for those people who brought Elon Musk Teslas, they need to be careful too. Because some of his cars is going obsolete. Like the S model and the X model. Those models are becoming obsolete. And he's building more what? Humanoid robots. He's building more humanoid robots. And he's getting that cyber taxi ready. Yes. Elon Musk is getting the cyber taxi ready. And in that cyber taxi, there is no steering column and there are no pedals. Whew. Would you even get inside of a taxi like that? That means that taxi can take you wherever it want to go. And it's remotely operated. I don't think that I would get into a taxi like that. But this is Elon Musk's next adventure. And trust me, people are buying humanoid robots. People, did you hear what I said? People are buying these humanoid robots. If you're rich right now, maybe if you're rich, you're not watching this channel, but maybe you may know some rich folks. I know some rich folks too that's wealthy, but they're not watching this channel right now. They're probably working on some business transaction, trying to keep them meals up or thousandaires up, It's okay every now and then to have a friend that is a thousandaire or a millionaire. Trust me. I have good friends, a good lady, and the gun. God, universe, and nature. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's what I got. That's how I keep myself motivated. Not from a Tesla truck or a Tesla S or X, okay? Nor with a robot. But how many people you all would get a robot? What would it do for you? Would that make you more lazy? Would that seem like you have a maid or a butler? Would that make you feel like you have a slave? If you can afford it. They say they're going for 20 racks right now. And most people ain't got 20 racks. They just ain't got it. But, some people will do it like they do the Super Bowl tickets. Swipe it. Put it on the credit card, okay? But I warn you, like I did in my last video, if you're trying to attend the Super Bowl, and if you're able to afford a $6,000 resale ticket, ICE is going to be out there, okay? ICE is going to be at the Super Bowl. I got to say this again now. ICE is going to be at the Super Bowl. Not only at the Super Bowl, but according to the reports, I don't know how ICE is going to be in Milan in Italy, but that's what they're saying. That's not even no jurisdiction there, but talk about being a bully and a dictator. Okay, just wanted to lay that out to you. Who we got out here in the comment section? Rampart. I probably couldn't afford it. I know I can't afford it. Rampart. Shouts out to you. Rich people are crazy. Just like the crazy rich Asian people. You remember that movie? Now that was a good movie. Crazy Rich Asians. If you all have never seen that movie, I don't know, it's a couple of years old right now. But if you've never seen it, see it. And rich people are crazy for sure. They do a lot of weird things. They have great parties. They have an extravagant lifestyle, but they do a lot of weird things, I make my robot brainy. Okay, well, I don't know. I think that these robots already come pre-programmed to an extent. I don't know if you can, program the robot. I don't know. I just know that I can't afford one, and I know that I'm not getting one. If you get a robot, one of those humanoid things that Elon Musk is selling, you may want to look at it just like those robot puppies that they have. A camera is in there somewhere looking at you, spying at you, looking at what you're doing. I mean, you never know. You never know, but rich people don't care. Because they do a lot of things. They feel that they got the money, they can get away with it, But moving right along from Elon Musk, whose name starts with an E, we're going to move over to England. Yeah, we're going to move over to England real quick. And why do I want to move over to England? I want to move over to England because you had this teacher by the name of Patrick Lawler, age 62, that was banned from teaching false accusations about Black history like Rosa Parks. He taught that Rosa Parks was fictitious. He taught that it was all staged, and also said that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a fraud and he was a plagiarist. All false. And they banned him from teaching, which they should have. I meant to bring that story to you, I don't know, 2 lives ago. Some kind of way it got lost. But needless to say, this is what's going on before we get into, our main topic here. You talk about education, and how there are concentration camps and how the students don't want to learn. Well, if you got teachers like this, not only in England, but you got teachers like this right here in America, and they need to be banned too. Yeah, they need their license revoked from DPI. Yeah, we know about DPI around here. Most definitely, we know about DPI, okay? And they should have their license suspended and revoked and should not ever to be able to teach again, especially seeing that Black History Month is right around the corner. And I just dropped a jewel to you for Black History Month in regards to white educators who teach your children Yeah, your children across the world, across the world in England, that what you went through was false, didn't even exist. And this happens right now. They are whitewashing the books. They are removing books from your public school systems, from public libraries, from circulation. They are removing books, removing knowledge, not just from Black people, but for all people. History belongs to all people, not just one certain section of a people. History belongs to all people, and that information should be available to people. Every and anyone who wants to learn, any and everyone who wants to advance in academics, anyone who wants to advance and learn about how we got here on an honest level should not be short-tailed or their research material be curtailed by politicians, by the Hampton Foundation institution. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those think tanks, the right-wingers that's in D.C. right now, whom Trump is in bed with and whom that chick, Maria Machado, is in bed with, okay? Who we got? You are very slick. What do you mean by that? Shouts out to IRAP. Oh no, what can we do? Yo, hi. Hello. I don't know where you all are from, especially yo, but I seeing that you're Asian and we love you, okay? Shouts out to you. What if we just want to start a YT channel and spread hate? Hell, what do you mean? One Just JD? I don't know what the One Just JD is. That's who you are. But what if we wanted to start a YT channel? And man, they got that already going right now. There are so many Nazis on social media right now. There's a president, a dictator here in America that spreads hate, that sells racism. What are you talking about? I mean, white folks spreading hate ain't nothing new for Black people. It ain't nothing new for Americans at all. So I'm not understanding your question, young man. I'm just not. White people have been spreading hate and racism since they came over here and conquered this place, okay? In fact about it, the Pope himself back in the day, who sanctioned slavery, stood there with a cross and said, "In hunc signo vinces," with this sign we shall rule. Was that Emperor Nero? I'm just saying. Yeah, racism. And with that, racism became religion, because religion is racist too. Religion is full of racism. Just look at the things that they tell you to do to people who don't believe in that particular religion in any of those books, whether it be Gentile, whether you be a Christian. If you read the Quran, it tells you to believe, to kill all of the non-believers, to kill all of the non-believers. Is that physically? Is that mentally? Is that spiritually? But it's telling you to kill them. And then you got another book, the Bible, talking about the Gentiles and this and that. They wasn't supposed to got the message, but they did get the message. And then you got the Torah, who don't believe in Jesus nor Muhammad, but the Torah and the Quran, but the Bible and the Quran came from the Torah. Come on, y'all stop playing with me with that. Yeah, religion is full of racism. We live in a world of racism that is fueled with religion, that is fueled with politicians. Hell, look at Charlie Kirk. Even Charlie Kirk said that he was a true Christian, but he was a racist. Right? I'm just saying. Anyway, that's a whole nother video, but thank you for taking me there. What if we just want to start a work? Okay, young man, what's going on? I'm glad that you said that you are a young man, and we appreciate you being here. One Just JD, because everybody that's in the chat room could have been doing something else with someone else, but you all decided to stop by here and, see what we had to say. And we appreciate you. And like I said, if this is your first time chiming in to this channel, we ask that you subscribe, like, and share. The best way is to subscribe. Don't cost you one red penny, but if you are feeling generous, we ask that you join and get a membership, silver memberships and gold memberships. Also, super thanks in the super chat, okay? That's if you're feeling generous. And today, many people are not feeling generous because they don't have it, and we understand that. So if you can just smash the subscribe button and the like button and the share button, that would be great. That helps this channel out in a great way. It gets things going in the algorithm, and it helps spread the message, and you get to be a part of that. So we thank you. Okay? I respect your hustle. Hey, I'm just a videoer, man. I'm just a content creator. I respect you for being here. Yeah. Now, we were just talking about the fraud with the English teacher and all of that, but we got something else to be worried about beside the education, which you should be, paying attention to. We also have what we call this Nipah virus, N-I-P-H. I meant to tell you that on the last video too, but I didn't get around to it because I was talking about Donald Trump. But this Nipah virus, okay, N-I-P-A-H. Now, this is a zoonotic virus, okay? And this virus, this new zoonotic virus, basically is a bat virus, and it is non-curable. 2 nurses already in Kolkata, West Bengal, over there in India, they are in the hospital right now, quarantined with this virus. This virus spreads from animals to humans. If you have to mess with animals, make sure that you use some type of protective clothing, from you and the animal. But who wants to be around an animal when there's the Nipah virus going on and Donald Trump has removed the U.S. from the World Health Organization board? I'm just saying. And there's no cure for this virus. So just think, Donald Trump not only wants to drain the swamp, meaning drain the economy, rip it off, rob you of your taxes, fire over 300,000 federal employees, swamp you out of that money, and then try to swamp you out of your life by removing the United States from the World Health Organization, which tells you great information about communicable and non-communicable diseases. And in this case, this is one that don't even have a cure. And you all think you got the coronavirus that was bad back in the day. Yeah. Donald Trump. But that's the Nipah virus, and it was first detected back in 1999, okay? Over there in India. So you may not want to go over there. You may want to stay away from animals. They got squirrels right now that's carrying some biological chemical virus right now. Squirrels. Be aware, especially if you're out there in the woods. I know a lot of people like to hike. I know a lot of people like to spend time in the woods because I do too. And I love to camp. But be careful around these animals. You never know which ones have been infected or are infected, okay? What you say? What if we just want, Rebecca something. Hello. What's going on, Rebecca? How you doing out there? It's M.O., your late night host on this Saturday evening. Having a fantastic time. And by the way, we got uploads coming up for you all later, okay? Yeah, later on tonight, we do got an upload for you. But speaking of all of this craziness, you all, I want to get on another topic before we smash off into, the meat of this thing, which is Luigi Mangione. Do anybody remember Luigi? Yeah. the young man who shot and killed the United Healthcare CEO, you know, and from his point of view, he had a great reason for doing that, okay? But needless to say, he would not face the death penalty. No. The state of New York does not have the death penalty, so that is off the board for him. However, you did have a Minnesota man. Ironically, Minnesota, with everything that's going on with ICE, Renee Goodman and Alex Preddy, you had a Minnesota man that was posing as an FBI agent that was trying to spring him from custody and make him a free man. Just how ironic is that? That is the question here. And now this man who posed as an FBI agent is in the same detention center that Luigi is in. Is this staged, you know? Is this staged? Is this another distraction? Why couldn't that man have been from Chicago? Why couldn't that man have been from Florida, California, North Dakota, Wyoming? Why Minnesota? Out of all places. Why Minnesota? That's a good thing for you all to think about. And during this trial that Luigi Mangione is going through, could you imagine what would happen if the jury found him not guilty? Huh? Y'all think about that. Just think if the jury finds him not guilty despite the evidence that is against him. What if the jury says that we are tired? You know, these jury people are regular taxpayers. They're fed up with the system too. Maybe they've made Luigi a hero, just like they've made Don Lemon a hero, which we'll get to in a minute. Yeah. It looks like that they've turned Luigi Mangione into a martyr versus a criminal. Y'all think about that. If you were on that jury, would you convict Luigi Mangione? Or would you say he's innocent? You know, it's just, you know, we agree or we don't agree, you know. Interesting. Very interesting. I would probably be one of those who say, no, he ain't guilty. I'm just saying. We know he killed that man, but why did he kill that man? Wasn't that man being horrific? Did not that man cost the lives of hundreds of thousands of people here in America? And he didn't go to jail. He kept on living and kept on getting an increase in his pay. But he killing everybody by denying them medical treatment. Now, is that a silent murderer or what? Should he go to jail? Should he have been killed? I mean, fair exchange ain't no robbery. Fair exchange is not a robbery now. Life for life. And that CEO of United Healthcare took a lot of people's lives. His wife don't even have nothing good to say about him. Did you hear what I said? Not even his wife had nothing good to say about him. That's crazy, okay? But moving right along to Chicago, right? We're going to keep this ball rolling, right? It's a Saturday evening. I know you all got things to do, but we got some things to discuss here. What you say here, finally the truth. What it is. We appreciate you, Henrietta Parks. Shouts out to Henrietta Parks. Shouts out to Rebecca. How you doing? I'm doing fine. My car is also by the name Luigi. That's what it is. Shouts out to Rebecca. Shouts out to Jason Beatrice. Yo, what up, D Lemon? Oh, we're going to get to everything here in a minute. Jason Beatrice. We Native Americans, United Tribes, support ICE. We've been overrun once already. Wow. Did y'all hear what Jason out there said? Jason says that he supports ICE. He says that his tribe supports ICE. How can you support a government that has continuously trampled and treaded on your people, have made your people from being owners to slaves, put them on reservations? Maybe you're one of those tribes that's getting federal money, because I know a lot of tribes are not, but it's just a question. Now, I don't support Donald Trump. I don't support this white supremacy culture, this white supremacy government structure that we got going, because they too have done to my people what they did to your people. But I do support Donald Trump in regards to getting the immigrants out of here. What's your reason? I don't support ICE in killing people. I don't support ICE in infringing on constitutional rights of citizens. I don't support that. So, I mean, what part of them do you support? Do you want to be like one of those Democrats who funded them $10 million? Yeah, we're going to get into that in a minute. Oh. Anyway, get into the Chicago news. Well, there's a lot of violence. There's a lot of crime in every city, in every state, especially if it's highly populated with poverty. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what you look like in a crayon box. If you are living in poverty, there's a great chance that the community or neighborhood in which you stay in possesses a lot of crime. I can go to hoods in Portland, Oregon, and I find white people. I can go to places in Wisconsin and find trailer park trash, white people. It's just not black people that live in the hood. It's poverty. Poverty has no color. Poverty has no color. And everybody commits crime when they ain't got jobs, okay? You know, I try to keep my G-Rod with me, you know. I try to keep my G-Rod with me straight up, so I don't have to commit no crimes. The God, universe, and nature. I carry my gun all the time. God, universe, and nature. Shouts out to KRS-One. Now here in Chicago, we got deaths. And this one really sort of strikes home to me because this is right in the neighborhood where I grew up at, on the west side of Chicago, where you had this 35-year-old man who was shot in his head and shot in his torso on the 4800 block of West Ferdinand, which is right off of Ferdinand and Cicero on Chicago's west side, right at the light. It's a stoplight right there. Shot and killed that man over a verbal altercation. And people ask me why don't you come in the hood no more? Why don't you come? I do come to the hood. I do come to the city. I just come when I have to. And I love the city. I'm in the burbs right now, but yeah, but I love the city. But it's too much going on in the city. I don't care if you downtown, River North. I don't care if you east side, west side, north side, west side. It has just gotten absolutely crazy. Even on public transportation, people out here killing each other on public transportation. They are broke as ever, don't have a car, but they killing people on public transportation. What's wrong with these people? Do they not remember the days when they could not ride the bus or train, or when they had to sit in the back seat and give their seat up to some white people if the bus got full? Don't these fools remember those days? And now they out here robbing people, poor people who look just like them, ain't got no money. Just like the young man who took a belt off of a person, robbed a person for their belt, and then whipped them with their own belt. It's crazy out here. You know what? But how many years did that young man get? I think they gave him like 20 years just for being stupid over a belt. Was it a Gucci belt? Was it a Louis Vuitton belt? And more than likely, it was fake if the guy was riding on a CTA RTA Train. I don't understand the mindset of these young men and young women. Like you got the young woman who was just convicted of stabbing passengers on the red line train. Yes, a female stabbing people on the red line train, robbing them. It's that bad here in Chicago. It's that bad in America. It's that bad in America. Who we got out here? Hey, do you remember me? Karen Bible Lover, what's going on? Shouts out to Karen Bible Lover. What it is, we want to thank her for returning. Yes, I remember who you are. In fact, about it, I be talking to people whom I know that I know their name is familiar in the chat room. I talk with them about my family members about. Yeah, straight up. Like, what was my life like today, or who was in it the most, Shouts out to Karen Bible Lover. I don't know you personally, Karen, but we thank you for being here. Thank you for being a regular. And it is our hopes that we give you something to think about, something that you can apply to your life or use in the life of your family. We thank you. We tip our hat to you. Shouts out to Karen Bible Lover. Oh, damn. I am a boy. I am a boy. Okay. Oh, it's not Karen. It's Canaan. I'm sorry. It's Canaan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's Canaan. Oh, I really apologize for that. Canaan Bible Lover, not Karen Bible Lover. Sorry about the mispronunciation, but I do know the name. All of that for a mispronunciation. See, I'm human too. I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. And if you don't make mistakes, I'm sorry. I know you fake. Okay. Yeah, killings here in Chicago. We had another killing here in Chicago, the 2 dead. A 30-year-old woman in Downers Grove, 30 years old, pregnant, stabbed to death. In Downers Grove, stabbed in her head, stabbed in her neck, by a 19-year-old young man who was trying to buy a car from her and her husband on the marketplace, And they had an agreement that her husband would be at work, so his wife would take care of the business. They went to exchange license plates. Dude walked up in the apartment complex. I guess they were talking business, but he stabbed and killed that lady because he was disgruntled about the car that he bought from her and her husband. He wasn't happy with it. Felt like that he got a lemon. So you go kill somebody because you bought a lemon? Yeah, not dying either. I'm just saying, this is absolutely insane. These are the type of people that we're dealing with. So if you're out there on Facebook, you're on social media, and you're trying to sell your items and everything, take somebody with you or make sure someone else is present with you while you're doing this, because people have ended up being dead. Just like you had those three young people, 3 white people. Well, whoever they were, they wasn't black, but they looked white and Mexican, whatever they were. But they were young people, and they killed this man for his iPhone, making a deal on Marketplace. And then they was going to sell his phone after they robbed him for it. I don't know what kind of drugs they be taking. I don't know what kind of acid they be taking. They be dropping pills, mollies, sniffing glue. I don't know what these kids be doing. But they psycho out here. Is it in the water? Is it in the food? Is it hard times? Are they just crazy? Are they on Adderall? What are they on? Dog food? Whatever it is, you need to be careful out here. Because these people ain't playing. Not whatsoever. So y'all be careful. But moving right along to this main topic of this conversation, Mr. Don Lemon. Yeah, Don Lemon got arrested. You all by the feds. You all know that. But see, what does this mean for Don Lemon, who has been a journalist for 30 years, who says he's a Christian? When he stormed that church, I'm sure you all saw that video, but I don't know if you can be a Christian and God accepts you if you're, I'm just saying. I just had to throw that in there now. But needless to say, Donald Trump had this man arrested after judges, federal judges, said, no, we're not going to arrest him. We're not going to arrest him. This happened twice, but on the third time, they got him. When he was doing some event, I think the Grammys over there in Los Angeles, okay? Yeah. And he got a GoFundMe too. And he ain't even dead. It's for his defense fund. Just like Luigi. Mangione got a defense fund that gotten up to $1.4 million for his defense. How much do you think Don Lemon is going to get for his defense? Even though he was released on his own recognizance. Now, if you all don't know what that means he walked out of there with no bond. Okay? Except for, I will be back. Okay? I'll be back. Don Lemon is Don Lemon. He ain't going nowhere. And Donald Trump is making sure he ain't going nowhere. If anything, Donald Trump gave this man a ching-ching, a payday on the taxpayers' dollars. Thanks, Donald Trump. I need some of that free money too. Let me get that. Now, this church that Donald Trump with other protesters had stormed in St. Paul, Minneapolis, the pastor of the church allegedly was an ICE informant. Like, come on. And you want to charge Donald Trump with the KKK Act? Disturbing worship services? Come on. How can this administration, who is racist like there's no tomorrow, say that they want to invoke a KKK Act on a black man? Damn! Could y'all imagine that? Could you imagine how the administration is going to lose this case? The very same people who looted the White House, who was criminals for invading the White House, sitting in people's office, killing law enforcement, laundering, vandalizing, being racist, and they got what? A pardon. And still came out looting, still being racist, but they get a pardon. But you want to arrest this journalist for reporting the story for using his First Amendment right. And says that you're going to use a KKK. How can you use a KKK act on a black man? Anybody out there? I'm just... How can you use a KKK act on a black man? I think y'all need to go back and watch Rosewood. Mississippi Burning. Okay. Outrageous. That just don't make no sense. Does that make any sense to you? Is this another distraction to keep the focus off of Donald Trump? Is this another distraction like it was when Donald Trump had the voting ballot office raided there in Fulton County, Georgia? Is this another distraction from none other than the Epstein files? Yes, the Epstein files. Oh, we got some new names for you too, like Jay-Z and Pusha T mentioned in the Epstein files. Walter White, I bet I can guess where you live. Where do I live, Walter White? It's been done and I'm glad. Where do I live at, Walter White? What you smoking, bro? Drasp 66. What? Okay, question answer. Where do I live? Where can you guess that I live? Huh? Yeah, I'm going to go where? Where am I from? Like, where do I live? Right outside the city. Like, tell me where I live at. Seeing that you know better than I do. Where does a brother live at? And I can't guess where you live at, but I do want to say thank you for being here because you could have been doing something else with someone else, Walter White, but you decided to stop by to see what we had to say. Now, there's a couple of whites that I do know in my family, but I don't, not in my family, but from growing up in childhood, families who had the last name White, but I don't know no Walter White. Nah, I don't know you. Uh, what am I smoking? Man, I'm not smoking nothing, man. I'm not even drinking nothing but water out here, okay? Drinking on some good on water, okay? What about you? Yeah, Don Lemon. Do you all think that Don Lemon will win his federal case? I think he will. Now, most of the time when the feds get you, they got you. But we all know that this was on just some retribution. Not that the man really did anything that was illegal, okay? It was on some retribution. And Donald Trump, the dictator, the bully, is on retribution. Donald Trump is waging war on American citizens. I hope y'all heard me. I hope y'all heard me. Donald Trump is waging war on the American citizens. Donald Trump is even waging war on Ilhan Omar, hoping to arrest her. Yeah, she's under scrutiny right now under his administration. They trying to get rid of this lady. Donald Trump even was sort of funky or tried to be disrespectful in a remark that he made about her in regards to her being married to her brother, and said that the place where she's from, which is Somalia, is garbage. He said that she is so concerned about the U.S. Constitution, but the place that she's from, which is Somalia, is garbage. This man, let me ask you a question. Do you think Donald Trump is a racist? Do you think that he has a personal vendetta against all of those in Minnesota? Because he surely got a frosty relationship with Tim Walz and Jacob Fry, okay? And I can imagine the police chief, O'Brien, even though he seems like he's a little fascist himself too, okay? Minnesota is known to be a fascist state. It may be a blue state. It may be a sanctuary city, but it's racist as ever in Minnesota. Let's not get that confused. And speaking of racists and fascists, the new guy who took Bovino's place, Gregory Bovino, the guy that was hired for head of ICE in Minnesota, I think, well, do you think? Don't matter what I think. Do you think that Tom Homan, the Caesar of Border Patrol, is less fascist than Gregory Bovino? Do you really think so? Did you hear what the man said, what I told you in my last live? That they don't mind being taken a little bit off the streets, but we're taking control of the jails and the prison. Oh, this is actual facts. This is an agreement that him and Keith Ellison made, along with other politicians in the state of Minnesota. Could you imagine federal agents being in charge of state jails and state facilities. But how can that be? They're making it that way. Maybe it's because prisons are being privately made and funded right now by billionaires who are Donald Trump friends. Could it be a possibility like that? Could it be a possibility like that? And after thinking about this move that has been made with ICE and the Minnesotians, authority figures that is giving ICE authority to overtake their prison system, guard it, run it with state police. How can that happen when federal and state is totally different? And I just want to interject something, seeing that I'm talking about state and federal. For all of you who say that Nicki Minaj is hoping maybe to get some leniency in regards to her brother and her husband, those pedophiles, Donald Trump can't pardon them because they got state charges, not federal charges. Okay, now they would have to do it through the governor for the state charges. But anyway, you all, that's just wanted to throw that in, okay? Just wanted to throw that in since we were talking about state and federal. And like I said, if this is your first time chiming into this channel, we ask that you do what? Like, share, and subscribe. And we most definitely ask that you smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. Can I get one more like in the building? They say that we got 4 likes in the building. Can we get 5 in the building? Can we get the number of refinement in the building? Can we get the number of power in the building? The number 5. Smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. So, do you think that Don Lemon would be this case? Do you think the case would be thrown out? Do you think he'll be charged? And if charged, what will he be convicted of? What can they say that he really did that will cause his arrest? And how much do you think Don Lemon payout will be? 4 million, 80 million, 5 million, 3 million? I'm sure it's going to be in the millions. I'm sure that it's going to be in the millions. Thanks to Donald Trump. But not only that, seeing that we're talking about Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I haven't heard nobody talk about this yet, but it's very important to all Americans. Donald Trump is raising the cost of housing prices. Donald Trump is raising the cost of housing prices. Ain't nobody talking about that. We already can't afford to stay here now. We can't afford to stay here right now. How many people having problems with their rents out there? How many people having problems with their bills out there right now? Anybody out there? Oh, nobody out there is having this problem? One of those blue cities. Yeah, I'm going to message here for review. Arian, what's going on? Iran. Whew. Oh, we're gonna talk about Iran. I'm thanking you for chiming in. Hey, Arian, we thank you for chiming in from Iran. And if this is your first time chiming into this channel, Arian, we ask that you smash the subscribe button. We ask that you smash the like button. We ask that you smash the share button. Share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come into contact with. It's a magnificent way to jumpstart your conversation. How many people out there hurting right now? because of the Trump administration, because of the policies that he has introduced during this administration. How many of you all are feeling the punch of Trump? Anybody out there? If you're not feeling the punch of Trump in America, that means you're one of those millionaires or billionaires. Or, you may be making over 250. According to Barack Obama, you got to make 250 stacks to even be considered, middle class right now. You got people making $100,000. They're making it. But they too are a couple of paychecks away. Whereas now just think if you're making $30,000 a year, how far are you away from the streets? How far are you away from being in that cardboard box? How far are you away from being under that bridge or sleeping on the bus or sleeping on the train? I'm just saying. It's crazy out here. Now, according to reports, the median price for a house is $433,000. That's not including financing and whatever else they got going for you. Are you able to make it? You have people right now that own homes, that's working or striving to pay for a home that they may not be able to sustain. And they may only have 4 or 5 years left to pay on the thing. But after that, they still got to pay taxes. So you really don't own nothing. But Donald Trump says that he's going to keep these people who own homes wealthy. I guess that means if your home is over the value of $433,000. So if you're one of those persons who got, $100,000 home or a $200,000 home, he ain't talking about you. He ain't trying to keep you wealthy, But if it's going up, raising the value up, making it harder for you to get a home, but he says that he's going to lower the interest rates, not. Even though he says he wants to give new homeowners a 50-year mortgage. Is the man talking out of both sides of his neck or what? I mean, the man not making no sense whatsoever. So it's safe to say he want to give you a 50-year mortgage loan, but it can't be people who own $433,000 homes and over. So he can continue to have them as slaves and they'll never own nothing else in their life, not even their car. People can barely afford rent right now. You talking about putting people on a 50-year mortgage plan. Come on, man. I wish Trump gonna help us in Iran. Man, Trump ain't gonna help us in Iran. How's Trump gonna help us in Iran? He talking about bombing Iran, having strikes on Iran. But Iran said, if you do that, Donald Trump, Iran said that if Donald Trump pump up the action and wanting to have strikes on them, they're going to have strikes on Israel. What? And I don't think those Iranians playing right now. Huh? Why you take that kid's hat? Oh, this is my hat, man. What you mean? Ain't no kid hat. I don't have it frontwards, People like to wear it frontwards and everything. No, man, no. I'm old school, you know what I'm saying? We wear it backwards. But just think, man. These Iranian people, they ain't playing. They have no problem striking Israel. But when that happens, it may not be good for you, Iran. The outcome may not just be good for you. Seeing that Donald Trump is a Zionist. And not to mention the fact that, he's being backed by the deep state, man. I don't think that'll turn out good. I think that Donald Trump wants to rule the world and control other countries with their nuclear programs. I know that he wants to threaten everybody with tariffs, or this is going to happen to you, or that is going to happen to you. Some of it, he just tries to bully his way. But for people who have stood up and it didn't go the way that he wanted it to, like Greenland over there, he had to back down. He had to repedal and come back and think about it again. Because if he would have pushed the situation, it may not have been good for Donald Trump. Maybe he would have been unalived. I'm serious. It's some serious stuff, man. Yeah, he may have been unalived if he invaded Greenland. If he really thought that he was above NATO, if he really thought that he was above the United Nations, whom he disrespected. Because when they get tired of you, when they see that you have gone rogue, or you're not doing their bidding, they'll get rid of you real fast. They get rid of you real fast. They'll get rid of you just like they got rid of Charlie Kirk. And that can happen to Donald Trump if he make them people mad. See, he's robbing the country. He's taking all your money. He's taking all of the U.S. money. You see? Draining the swamp. Reinvesting it in what he wanted to invest it in. And you all don't get a dime. Just like this new baby foundation that he got going. Don't buy into it. He ain't even put his own money in it. He wants you to put your money in it so that he can invest it and get rich off of it while you still don't get nothing. Just think, if your baby turns, like, right now, 1 year old, and it's an 18-year plan, your baby may not get to see 18. You may not live to see when your baby turns 18. Hell, it may be no Social Security. Man, please. And you all listen to these people out here. If you want to make sure that your child may have some type of future foundation for themselves economically, make your own program. Make your own investments. Something that you can see. Something that you got control of versus a crook and criminal like Donald Trump. Now, if you're a man or a woman, if you can't run your own home, there's no way that you could run a block. Meaning a block of people. If you can't run a block of people, you can't run a community. If you can't run a community, you can't run a city. If you can't run a city, you can't run a state. If you can't run a state, you can't run a country. And Donald Trump has none of these qualifications. He's a businessman. He's a crook. He never been no senator. He's never been no governor. He's never been no mayor. He's been a crook his whole life. And told you one thing for sure. If you've ever watched his videos, he said that if he ever runs for president, that means he's going broke. Or that means that he's broke. Well, do you know how much Donald Trump made in his first term? Over $1 billion for his own pocket. So how much you think he has made now after he has fired all of these over 300,000 federal employees, and it still seems that they have not made any dents, any progress in regards to the deficit of America. Seems like to me that he's spending more. Seems like to me that he's robbing more. Seems like to me he is making civil war against you. Yeah, civil war. Government versus the people. Government versus the people. And he's giving all of these fascists, these racists, these right-wingers the green light to do whatever they want to do in these streets, especially if you're a cop or ICE. Especially ICE, okay? If you are on his doom squad, you got the green light. People are trying to impeach Kristi Noem right now. But like I said, Donald Trump says she's doing a great job right now, even though she's head of people murdering people, even though she isn't head of making false reports, even though she is head of a criminalized organization. Do you all think ICE is a criminalized organization? If they not, why they out here killing people? If they not, why they running? If they not a criminal organization, why they not running? Why are they running into people's homes and dragging them out? Separating their mother from their dad because Trump said that it's okay to do? Now, like I said, I ride with him. I'm not going to speak on both sides of my neck because I like, that he's getting the immigrants out. It's how he's doing it. And there's more to it than just the immigrants that he's getting out. Because believe it or not, there's a great chance after he get these immigrants out of here, he's going to bring the white African immigrants in. Whew. Making room for them. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that Donald Trump is removing these present immigrants to replace them with white African immigrants? Laughing my ass off. People got themselves killed. Hey, they did get themselves killed. They did get themselves killed. I'm not arguing that fact. But it just wasn't Renee Good and Alex Pretty that got killed. You had people that was killed in New York. You had people that was killed in Chicago. You had people that was killed in California. Keith Porter would be an example. Keith Porter got himself killed by an ICE agent because he was firing his weapon on New Year's Eve. He wasn't firing at a person. An off-duty ICE agent killed that man, and the man got away with it. What are you talking about, man? He didn't get himself killed. If you're from Chicago and other places across America where people are known to shoot guns at New Year's, that don't mean that the cops go shoot them. And it just happened to be an ICE agent, an off-duty ICE agent that happened to live in the same complex that Keith Porter did. Come on, man. Come on, man. But I tell people, if you don't want to get arrested by ICE, stay away from ICE. Tell them that all the time. Go the other way. If you know they come to your neighborhood, go somewhere else for that day, for that week, or whatever. Okay? Lock your doors. Don't answer them. Okay? You can see what's going on your TV. Okay? You ain't even got to look out your window. You don't even have to look out your window. Looking out your window may make you a suspect, may make you a target. Yeah, because you're not out there with the other people that's being stupid. I'm just saying. It's kind of hard to win against ICE right now. But the people are fed up. And this is why we got a government shutdown. Yo, we got a partial government shutdown right now. That's going on. Hold on for a minute, you all. I'll be right back. Yeah, had to take care of something. But yeah, y'all think about that. True story. It's really not funny. No, nothing is really funny here because it could be happening in your city right now, in your state, and the government is shut down right now partially. So for all of those people who got all of them babies and they ain't got no daddy, which ain't Donald Trump fault, okay, that they ain't got no daddy and they got 6 kids, okay, you're going hungry now. Okay, you're going hungry now. Again, second shutdown in 3 months should tell you something. Should tell you something. Now, previously, Democrats supported ICE, gave them $10 billion. Was it 10 billion or 10 million? I think it was like $10 billion that Democrats supported ICE with before they reached this new agreement, okay? And the government is partially shut down, all because of Donald Trump. Killing the American people, killing the economy. If you are an American person right now, are you supporting ICE despite the fact that the country is protesting ICE right now? Despite the fact that the country is protesting Donald Trump and his administration, are you still supporting ICE? Are you still a MAGA lover? Are you still riding with the right winger Donald Trump and his dictatorship? I'm just saying. We got a lot to talk about. Maybe you will have a lot to talk about with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers. How you all feeling on your jobs right now? Do you feel secure in your jobs right now? Seeing that all of these jobs are being slashed, Amazon slash jobs, UPS then slash jobs, Illinois Steel then just slash jobs. People are losing jobs every day, and Donald Trump wants you to invest in his baby boom venture. Be like Nancy Reagan and just say no. Be like Nancy Reagan and just say no. It's all about the Benjamins. That's all it's about. That's right. Who is that? Love you. Love you too. Hellhound, what's up? Jamar X, what's going on? Shouts out to Jamar. Shouts out to Shy Guy. Hey, man, where you been, Shy Guy? I remember you from the other night. How you doing, man? Shouts out to Shy Guy out there. And like I said, if this is your first time chiming in, you all, we ask that you do what? Smash the subscribe button. That's right. Thank you all for being here because you could have been doing something else with someone else. But hey, maybe there's some good words that we have for you, your family, your friends, your neighbors, something that you can use tonight, okay? Dorian Gray. Why you take that kid's hat? Okay, Dorian Gray, he lost money. Of course, Donald Trump that lost money. He got to pay over $500 million just for those 34 felonies that he committed for his, court defense. $500 million. How much money do you all think he done stole right now? Yeah, can't even count it, right? And it's sad. Shy Guy, Trump, MAGA. Man, you one of those MAGA people, Shy Guys. That's right. We like you, though. We like you in here, man. Because we got some questions for you. We got some questions for you. We are glad that you are in here because we got questions for Shy Guy, the MAGA man. Shy Guy, what are you getting out of what Donald Trump did? What are you gaining personally? What is your family gaining personally from Donald Trump? Shy Guy. We're going to ask the Trump lover. We don't have to guess nothing. We want the Trump lover, the MAGA man, to tell us here on this LIVE, what is he getting from Trump and his administration being the occupants of the White House at the present time. Who we got there? Kayo Young. The good words are go Trump. What? So we got another Trump fan in the building. And there is nothing that neither one of them has said that Trump has done good that has affected their pockets. They ain't said nothing good. They ain't said one word. We want to hear from you, Trump MAGA lovers out there, on the real serious note in regards to what has Trump done for you and your family that you can see in your life every day that is working for you. Anybody out there, Trump lovers, seeing that we got some MAGA people in the building? I don't hear them saying one thing in the live chat. We want to hear what they have to say so that we don't have to guess the information or research it. If you're one of those true Trump lovers, just give it up. Yeah. We haven't heard one of them Trump lovers say nothing yet. They're going after white woman rights this year and gays, jobs, military. Hey, I like that. Love you. There, did you hear what Love You said, you all? Love You said that they are going after women's rights. They are going after the military. They are going after gay people. They going anybody that's not pro-Trump. Don't you get it? They going after anybody that is not pro-Trump. Period. End of conversation. I thank you all for those hearts out there. I thank you all for tuning in. We really, really appreciate you for being here, you all. Okay? Yeah. Who you got? Presidents are supposed to dismantle an entire system without having a secure replacement, whatever side they're on. This is correct. I somewhat agree with you on that, because if you're president, you have to play both sides, even though you have to make it look like you're just on one side. You have to play both sides of the field, okay? Now, if your side of the field wins, like right now, he got the Republicans right now. But during this midterm election, which he wished that he could cancel, he can't cancel this one. And maybe Democrats can gain some more control over the House versus the Republicans. These Trump, MAGA Trump, not studying you, period. I know they not. They not paying no attention to me, because they ain't got no answers. They don't have any answers. Because Trump has not done nothing for them. And they're caught up in the Trump brainwashing cult, meaning white power, white supremacy, Nazi forever. And all of you MAGA supporters out there, let me ask you something. Did Trump lower your rent? Did Trump pay your light bill? Did Trump pay your car note? Did Trump pay your internet bill? What has he done for you? Did Trump give you a house full of food? No, Trump has given you nothing. In the Nation of Islam lessons, it asks, why do you like the devil? Because the devil gives you nothing. That is the answer. In the English 101 lessons from the Nation of Islam, yes, I am a former FOI. The key word is former, okay? But needless to say that, yeah, why do you like the devil is the question that Farad Muhammad asks, the believers. Why do you like the devil? Because the devil gives you nothing. Sells you a dream, just like Donald Trump is selling racism all across America. Just like Donald Trump is selling his baby program that he not even investing in. He using your money. Talking about he got a board of peace, you know. But the countries that's on the board of peace, you know, like Germany, you know, like the UK, you know, they not trying to get down with him. They said, no, we don't want to donate nothing. We don't want your gold bars, your gold card. We don't want nothing to do with you right now. Especially after the man just spit in the face of the UN, like straight up. They don't want to be bothered with this man. If Trump gave you a house full of mouth, we got a troll out here. You know why? Because he can't answer. You got that Trump lover out there, K.O. Yom. Are you Asian? If you are, you are. I'm just asking because your name, okay? But Trump ain't gave you nothing. He wants to be right now because these Trump MAGA lovers can't refute what I'm saying. If Trump was the devil, how are my gas prices better? You see, you're talking about gas price. Gas price affect everyone, okay? It depends on where you live at, you know. Some places are higher gas prices. A prime example of this would be this here. If you stay in Chicago, when you get over to the next state, which is Wisconsin, your gas is a little bit cheaper. If you're in Chicago and you go to the state of Indiana right next door, your gas is a little bit cheaper. But if you are in Wisconsin and you go to Minnesota, your gas is higher, but maybe your cigarettes are lower. Okay? If you live in Wisconsin and you go to Arizona, gas prices may be a little bit higher in Arizona. If you live in Chicago and you go to California, you know damn well that the price of gas in California is higher than we who are the residents here in Illinois. Hell, we pay like, what, $4 a gallon almost? In California, it's $7 a gallon. So what are you talking about? Gas prices. Gas prices fluctuate up and down, okay? When you got a gallon of ice cream costing more than the gas a gallon, there's a real problem, my man. Trump fan. Did Trump lower your mortgage rate? Did Trump lower your rent? Let's talk real facts. You talking about a 10-cent or a 5-cent difference. Let's talk about real facts. Did Trump lower your rent? Huh? Did Trump lower your food prices? Huh? No. No. So, I'm just saying. We the people out here want to know what has Trump did for the MAGA people out there. That's in the chat room. We the people on this LIVE, and this channel is not a Republic channel, and this channel is not a Democrat channel. No, this is a neutral channel. You know, we go for the realness. You know, realness over money, okay? 100. Realness over riches. Because ain't none of us rich right now. Yeah. We got 330 million Americans here in America. How many of us are rich? How many white girls you got crying on YouTube right now? On Facebook, on Instagram, talking about they got all these babies and ain't got no food for them because Donald Trump. When they should be blaming themselves where the baby daddy at. Ain't that what Charlie Kirk was saying about black women? How black women ain't got no baby daddies and having these kids? Well, it seemed to me that you got a lot of white girls out here that's got 6 or 7 kids with no baby daddy. Charlie Kirk, even though he's dead. I'm just saying. 100. Obviously, more than Biden. No. Hey, no. We're not talking about that. Kayo Yum. No. Answer the question. He said, the Trump lover, the MAGA lover, said obviously more than Biden and Kamala combined. Answer the question, did he lower your rent? Yes or no? If you say yes, we know you lying because ain't nobody rent been lowered. If you say that he lowered your housing costs. We know you lying because ain't nobody got their housing reduced. In fact about it, he's trying to increase your housing prices, your housing expenses, rent expenses. You ain't, so what? MAGA lovers, you are a great example of why people in America were suckered by Donald Trump. Like I said now, I agree with him. If I don't agree with him on anything else, I agree with him on getting these illegal, undocumented people out of here. I agree with that. 1,000. I disagree with how ICE is killing people. Now, you know that it's a great possibility those people could have still been alive. Okay, but they didn't have to kill them. They could have maimed them, shot them in the leg, shot them in the arm, but they killed these people whom you pay your taxes to. You paying your taxes to be killed. You paying your taxes to be drained by the dragon himself, Donald Trump. It's straight up. And there's nothing we can do about it until these MAGA people help get him out of there. They don't even have a leg to stand on. I'm asking them real questions, and they can't give me no answers. They can't give us no answers. People out in the chat room, they can't give us no answers because they ain't got none. Because they know they full of baloney too. My baloney has a first name. It's Oscar. Smash up the lights, you all. First of all, sir, I don't pay rent. I'm a homeowner. Man, you don't own nothing, man. Do you own your home? I bet you don't even own your home. You working to own your home. You're working to own your home. You don't own nothing. And if you do just happen to own your home, are you paying taxes? That land ain't yours, is it? You're still paying. Just miss a couple of those tax notes and see what happened to your home, Mr. Homeowner. You don't own a damn thing here. Probably except your car, your cell phone, your watch, and maybe the food that you go to the store and buy. You don't even own your own children. The children belong to the state. Just let one of your kids call the state on you and see what happens to your child. Huh? You don't own nothing. Stop playing with me, yo. I'm sorry about that, you all. I just had to get that out, seeing that we got these Trump people in the building. And I respect them for being here. I'm a homeowner. You don't own nothing, sucker. I agree with all getting illegals and scammers who want corruption and scammers taken away from our country, not me. And it's the Man on the Screen podcast. Man, if you think you own anything besides your own personal items, you are a sucker. You work 20 years and you still ain't paid for your house. 20 years. They rob you of your taxes that you may not even get at the end of your 40, 50 years that you've been putting into this machine. You may not have no Social Security left. You may not have no health care. People out here struggling for their jobs, trying to keep a roof over their head, trying to keep food in their bellies. But this administration is making it impossible for the average American citizen to do just that. What this guy say? Do you work, pay rent? I'm still working what I do. even though it's independent. I don't punch a clock. I punch my own clock. Huh? I punch my own clock. Sucker. And no, I don't own my house. Still don't own it. Just like you don't own yours. But we still have to do something to maintain our lifestyle or our way of living. And Trump is making that impossible for all of the U.S. citizens, unless you're a billionaire or a millionaire. But like I said in lives ago, I don't know, 10 lives ago, millionaires are leaving California. Some millionaires are leaving the country. I'm not going nowhere. I fought and died. Yeah, I died. So y'all don't know that story. You know how you be in war, like the Gulf War, and something happened to you, you get wounded, you may die, you may come back, you may not. But I fought and bled for this country. Fought and bled for this country. I'm not going nowhere. My grandparents fought and bled for this country. Black people built America. I'm not going nowhere. I don't like what Donald Trump is doing, except that one thing that I keep telling you all about that I do like regarding the immigrants. But other than that, he is hurting all American citizens unless you're not a billionaire or a millionaire. Even if you make $100,000 right now, where's your paycheck at the end of the day? Especially if you are a single person and you make $100,000. Look how much taxes they take from you. You don't even get all your taxes back. Anybody out there know what I'm talking about? Do anybody out there know what I'm talking about? You complain about the answering questions. One answer mine. I just told you, man. I don't own nothing. I don't own nothing. So what should that tell you? I don't own nothing. So it don't matter if you rent or own. You don't own nothing. So I did answer your question. It's simple again. There are 7.2 million jobs in the United States. Go work. Yeah. Man, please. You got people right now. Now, you can Google this. This is an actual fact. Seeing that we got this Trump lover here. You got people right now, companies that's offering people jobs that pay $100,000 or more. And you know what? People ain't going for it. So you tell me what's this got to do with it? Huh? Why are these people not going for those jobs? Because it's taking and sucking the whole life out of them. And they still won't have nothing. How many years you been working? And you still ain't got nothing. While you asking me, do I rent or own? I don't own nothing. You working with your 401k plan. Mr. KOU, what, you got your 401, you still work. What you working for? You got a 401k plan. Why are you still working? You got a 401k plan. Why are you still working, man? It's an investment, right? Do you even know where your money going that's in your 401k? Can you go dig it out right now? It's not even your money no more. Do you see what I mean about being a sucker? Your own money that's in your 401k right now, you can't say, man, I want my money right now. Nope. You don't even know where those people are investing your money that you put in your 401k. That money ain't there. Ask them, can I get my money out? How many what's the word? Penalties you got to pay to drain out your own money. Sucker. I'm just saying. So then you rent. Kaikom, it's only rent or own. So what's your point? No, look, the point is this: you a MAGA lover. The point is, what has Trump done in your life that made it so remarkable? Seeing that you follow this man, what has he done for you that has made your life so remarkable? That's how we got on this subject now. You can rent, you can own. Even when you rent, you still don't own. And when you own, you still paying forever, okay? Until you die. How many Americans, I want you to Google right now, how many Americans own their home? And how many are still paying for them? Why don't you Google that right now? How many American people own their homes that they're paying for? Mr. MAGA lover, I'll wait. You know, it's like the Jeopardy question. Yeah, I'll wait. Not too many, right? Not too many. This man talking about he working, he got a 401k plan. Man, your company may go bankrupt, sucker. Sucker. Why don't you have your own 401k plan? Why can't you take your own money out your own check and put it aside? Why can't you do that? Are you that immature with your own money or irresponsible with your own money that you got to let somebody else handle your money and you don't even know where it's at and you can't draw it out, but you want to tell me that you're intelligent because you're a MAGA lover? Man, y'all better stop playing with me out here. MAGA lovers. We just saying, you know. Ford here in the house. What's up, Ford? What's up? Shouts out to Ford. Po thing. No wonder you are a Trump fan. You believe all the lies. Yeah, you got them Trump fans. They out there bad. If you had a bank account at any intellectual stability, then will realize that a bank for every dollar you put in. This Trump fan out here is just blowing his whole head off. You know, like that young man blew his head off listening to Judas Priest. Yeah, this Trump MAGA lover right now is blowing his own head off. Look at the comments. Look at the comments this guy's saying. This guy's nuts. If you had a bank account, okay. All right. You got a bank account. If you ain't putting, look, how much interest you getting off your money with a bank right now? Anybody out there that got a bank account? And I don't care, you know, if you're not a millionaire, because obviously this guy's not a millionaire, because he's doing a 401k. He is still working for somebody while I'm working for myself. Huh? And ain't nothing wrong with that if you're making over $100,000. Okay? If you're not making $100,000, Mr. MAGA lover, you know, what's his name? Yo Yum. If you're not making over $100,000, why are you even talking? You still investing in a plan that you don't even know where your money going, or even if it's gonna be there. Okay? But you keep talking about, you know, you this big Trump fan. What is a bank account? Bank accounts don't give you nothing with your interest loan. You know, they can give you interest on how much money you got in the bank. Because I'm sure if you was a millionaire, you wouldn't even be in this live. You would be over there with the rest of those right-wing millionaires or those Donald Trump lovers. You probably not even a thousandaire. You probably just as broke like the rest of us that's in this chat room. Sucker. You probably just as broke as all of us that's in this chat room, sucker. Huh? Mr. MAGA lover. Yeah. Can't even tell you why he voted for the man, probably except that he's a racist, just like he is. Donald Trump ain't did nothing for this country and nobody in it. No, that's for when I retire. Right now, I have other money. Whatever, man. We don't care about your money, bro. You need to self-direct the stocks, move it yourself. You park, never put instead of we're not gonna give you no more attention, K.O. Young. We're not gonna give you no more attention, bro. Cause you're not making no sense, man. You trying to uphold the man that you don't even know. You trying to uphold the man. You holding on his weenie so tight, man. You got, a clothespin on the man weenie. You holding it so tight, bro. And you don't even know Donald Trump. Do Donald Trump know you? Do Donald Trump know your family? Do Donald Trump know your mama, know your daddy? Do Donald Trump know your kids? So why you talking like you know the man? He ain't even gave you an invitation to the White House, but you sure holding his nuts. I'm just saying. He ain't even gave you an invitation to the White House, but you holding his nuts. Ain't even sat down and ate a dinner with the man or nothing. You a sucker. Man, we're not gonna give you that energy, bro. Love you. He brainwashed. Yeah, he's just stupid. Yeah, he's stupid. Because he's not giving me no real solid, concrete answers. You're going to sit up. Look, ignorance means stupid, okay? You stupid, man, okay? You holding this man's nuts and don't even know the man. You probably a racist like he is. That's the only thing that I can see left. That you're a racist too. Any person in their right mind, can see the detrimental, dysfunctional policies and laws that he has instituted on this country that has brought the citizens of the country down on their knees, man. Anybody can see that. And if you don't feel that way, move to the White House, man. Go over there on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and live in the East Wing, West Wing, wherever Donald Trump live at. I'm sure he got room for you because he don't sleep with his wife, Melania, okay? Yeah. The man got room for you, okay? Maybe you should go see him. You're more full of hotter than Led Zeppelin. Okay. Well, I got some hot. I got some that hot then. I like Led Zeppelin, you know what I'm saying? I like No Quarter. I like In the Light. I like Cashmere. Okay. Yeah, I like Black Dog. Yeah, I'm a Led Zeppelin fan. If you didn't know, you better ask somebody. Sucker. Yeah. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody out there, okay? And like I said, if this is your first time chiming into this channel, right, we ask that you share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come into contact with. It is a magnificent way to jumpstart your conversation. And if you are into history, you're into audiobooks, go over to my other channel, MOPOWERZ, where you will find some real history. Real history. MOPOWERZ audiobooks. And if you like to travel, this is for you. K.O. Young, this is for you. If you want to know about traveling, K.O. Young, go over to my other channel, MOPOWERZ here on YOUTUBE, and we'll take you all across America, all 3,000 by 2,000 square miles. We'll take you to Washington, to the Mopop Museum. We'll take you to the Garden of the 1,000 Buddhas in Montana. We'll take you all down to the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis. We'll take you to the Black Holocaust Museum. We'll take you to the Georgia Guidestones. We'll take you to Ruby Red Mountains. We'll take you to New York City. We'll take you to New Hampshire, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Virginia, West Virginia, North and South Carolina, Georgia and Florida. We'll take you to Leawood, Kansas. We'll take you to Portland. We'll take you to California. We'll take you to Santa Fe, sucker. while you working your 401k. I'm just saying. Get yourself over there. MOPOWERZ. And we will take you right to the place that you love, right in front of the White House where I did a report at, okay? We'll take you there. We'll take you to the place where George Washington had slaves at. We'll take you to all of that black historical information down there in Philadelphia where Donald Trump has stripped and removed all of that information, not only from black people, but from white people and all tourists who wanted to know anything about the history of this country. Donald Trump, the dictator, has removed it all and wants to replace it all back with the haters, the racists, the generals, like, General Lee, General Patton, and all of these other racist suckers, Confederate people. But he want to take down the real history and leave you with the white supremacy trailblazing suckers. I'm just saying. No, ain't nobody hating. I didn't take no history down. Oh, we got another Trump lover in the building. Man, please. All of you all are the same. Okay? I want to tell you something right now. When you sit down at Donald Trump's table in the White House, or when Donald Trump comes to your front door and give you keys to a brand new home, or says that we are relinquishing some of your utilities, we are lowering your bills, your rent, your mortgage, and your car note, because you are a MAGA lover. When he does that, you let me know, okay? You let everybody here know in the chat room what he did for you. And I promise you, he is not going to do nothing for you except continue to drain you out of your tax dollars. Anyway, whole nother topic, you all. But if you're into traveling and you want some historical information, go over to MOPOWERZ. And if you are into Chicago old school, hip-hop, R&B, spoken word, comedy, go over to my other channel, THEMOSHOW Classics, okay? All one word, no space here on YOUTUBE. And if you aren't into comedy, like I said, we got Richard Pryor over there. We got Lavelle Crawford. We got Bernie Mac over there. We got Dion Cole. We got Reggie Reg. We got Quintella. We got Duro Banks. We got Shari. For right now, get yourself over there. THEMOSHOW Classics. And if you are into old school hip hop, rap, gangster rap, get yourself over there. Make sure you play the playlist that says fire, okay? You got Common over there. You got Dead Prez over there. You got Rakim over there. You got KRS-One over there. You got Do or Die over there. You got Twista over there. You got Shauna. You got Triple Darkness over there. You got Psychodrama over there. Get yourself over there. Playlist fire. If you are into Chicago independent movies, we got Killer Bloodline. We got Chicago Street Clips. We got Project Pat. We got a lot of things going on over there on that channel. THEMOSHOW Classics, all one word, no space, here on YOUTUBE. And if you've ever been on the Mo Show in Chicago, Chicago Access, or in New York, or in Wisconsin, go over to that channel. You just may find yourself or a family member. THEMOSHOW Classics, all one word, no space, here on YOUTUBE. And you can find Mano over there. You can find the Nomads over there. You can find Mecca. You can find Lunatic the Messiah. You can find Affiliated Fellas. You can find Official Business. It's a whole lot of people. High Pilot over there. NA over there. A whole lot for you over there. Yo Yum. We not gonna give you no more energy. We done with you right now, okay? Go check out those channels. We'll see you here on the next live, which will be Monday or maybe tomorrow. Depends on how it goes. But either way, we got another upload for you tonight. I'm going to read this last comment. It seems like I have been blocked due to other comments I can visualize. I didn't block you, man. I didn't block you. I did not block you. I mean, it's freedom of speech, right? I didn't block you. So if somebody blocked you, maybe you got to take that up with them. But I didn't block you. But we like respect on this channel. We give nothing but respect. And we don't care what color, what religion, what race you are, what creed you are, okay? We don't care about that. We care about truth over here. And if you're one of those propagators of falsehood, I'm supposed to smack you all in your head, okay? I'm supposed to smack you all in your head if you're one of those people that's trying to bring falsehood over to this channel. No disrespect, but if you want to come that way, we can ride that way in regards to intellectual conversations, because that's what we do over here. We intellectually assassin people on this channel. So, you know. But anyway, you all, I want you all to have a super Saturday. It's your host with the most, Mo on THEMOSHOW Chicago, where the execution of knowledge is POWER, but you got to apply it. And on your way out the door, we ask that you smash the like button. We ask that you hit the notification bell and the word all to help ensure that you get notifications when we upload videos here on YOUTUBE. And also press those condiments, the like and the share. Share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come to contact with. It is a magnificent way to jumpstart your conversation. What does this guy say here? I intelligently gave you facts, but you denied them. What facts did you give me, man? What facts did you give me? This guy still want to be out here talking, man. Hey, man, we love you out here. K.O. Yum. Let's get some understood, K.O. Yum. We love you out here, man. We thank you for participating in this chat room. We don't care about your differences. People are supposed to have differences, and we respect those differences. But if you become disrespectful, then, you know, if somebody blocked you, maybe that was a good thing, but it wasn't me, okay? But we welcome you here, man. It's funny. He's about to go, but the truth is the last one commenting. What you want to comment about? I'll give you a couple of more minutes, man. Let's just go and kill it off at 2 hours, okay? Let's knock it off at 2. I guess not. We appreciate you back there, YOUTUBE. Hey, man, they say that's my time, okay? So we all thank you. We wish you a happy Saturday. Drive safe on the roads. And if you know somebody that's out there that's in the cold, make sure you're taking some gloves, hats, a scarf, socks, or something, you know, to make sure that they are able to sustain this weather. Peace out, you all. Thanks for viewing. Never give up on your DREAMS, and that's my time.